After watching last Sunday's game against the Atlanta Falcons with how limited the offensive firepower is for this Chargers offense, it is clear this is the move that needs to happen come the offseason, and we're going to talk about it here on Chargers Syndicate. What is going on, Charger fans far and wide? It is myself, Jake Silva, here on Chargers Syndicate, giving you everything, all LA Chargers news, and so much more. If it is your first time here on the channel, I encourage all of you guys to like, subscribe, hit the bell button, keep you up to date on future and past videos. As you guys know, if you want your own customizable helmet, whether it's a life size or it could be one of your customized mini helmets, check out greengridiron.com for yourself. As you can see, Chargers helmet, and of course, all other NFL team helmets as well for your liking and for your taste and for however you guys want to customize it. Before you check out at greengridiron.com, use promo code LACSYN for your discount of your helmet of your choice. That's LACSYN right before checkout at greengridiron.com. Link is in the description. And also catch me here on Roundtable Sports at the AFC West Roundtable every Tuesday night from 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific here on Roundtable Sports, representing for your Los Angeles Chargers. So, the one big thing for the Chargers, and what we know as it's obvious, is that the Chargers are playing with their house money as it is, and what Jim Harbaugh is doing is such amazing of how a turnaround that the Chargers are having this season. But it is clear the Chargers are that limited on offense, and this is what is going to be the biggest thing that they need to do right come this offseason. But one of those pieces, and I'm going to explain here in this video, is somebody that they really need to target hard come the offseason. So with the Chargers, they're going to have plenty of money in cap. They're going to have almost about closest to $115 million in cap space once the season ends, and they're going to have all their draft picks, so where Joe Ortiz could cook in next year's draft class, as well as the defensive draft class is huge this year. There's also some offensive line, and there's also some weapons here and there that are actually pretty decent as well this year. But with the offseason going to be coming into full swing soon, the Chargers really need to start to consider some of their future plans. Now, what the Chargers are looking for is they need to get a playmaker, and this is clear up on offense. The offense right now ranks as one of the bottom tier offenses, and a lot of that is since getting rid of Mike Williams and also getting rid of Keenan Allen. This offense is not as dynamic, and it's not doing any justice for someone like Justin Herbert, other than the fact that the only person that has really been working for Justin Herbert is Ladd McConkey. And so McConkey, there's only so much that he could possibly do. He's a number one in this roster right now, but he's not a solidified number one for the near future. And that's where the Chargers really need to start to address it at the wide receiving room. One name in particular that the Chargers really need to go after very hard in the offseason is the Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver Tee Higgins. Now, it is clear that Tee Higgins, he has announced that he's going to be testing the free agency market once free agency hits. So Tee Higgins this year, as we're almost close to the season wrap, he already has 43 catches, 558 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 13 yards average in his credit. Now, for Tee Higgins, all throughout his career with the Cincinnati Bengals, already has 471 targets with 300 catches, 4,200 receiving yards, and 29 receiving touchdowns. It is clear Tee Higgins is a number one on a different team. Now, the benefit of it for the Cincinnati Bengals is they have 2 legitimate receivers with him and with Jamar Chase. They can't afford to end up paying for both of them. So where one is going to be kept and the other one is going to be let go. Now, Tee Higgins, he's going to be asking for a contract extension somewhere. Somebody is going to pay up the money. And why not the Chargers? Justin Herbert, you can see, is limited to a lot of his offensive receivers. Whereas you can see, yes, Quinn Johnston is making the strides and he's making the adjustments that he needs to in order for him to be a serviceable receiver. But the problem of it is that he makes such crucial drops in clutch plays where you cannot afford to drop those passes. And that's where it really kills a lot of Charger fans. Also, DJ Chark, he's been on the IR and he's been on the injured list throughout the entirety of the season than he has been of playing. What are the Chargers really waiting for with this guy? Because, I mean, DJ Chark has been an injury-prone receiver since the season even started. So the Chargers, I can feel like, will move on from DJ Chark. I don't think they really want to waste their time with him. And with other receivers also on this depth chart where you have Brendan Rice, where we haven't even seen much of him through the season, and there's also Simi Fehoko. There are so many of these receivers that we know are no-namers outside of Ladd McConkey and what he's doing, and then Josh Palmer. I would hope that the Chargers would bring back Josh Palmer because he's a go-at-it-and-get type of receiver, and that's important to have. But they clearly need offensive firepower. And I feel like with Tee Higgins, that if the Chargers name it right on the price range, and especially with what Tee Higgins is looking for as potentially a number one wide receiver type money, I don't think he's going to end up getting the high stretches of somewhere like a Tyreek Hill type or maybe even higher. But if the Chargers can come up to a deal with Tee Higgins in the offseason, which is going to be very important, this Chargers firepower will be ridiculous. And it's also going to account for many of the other needs that they will need up on offense. Now, the offensive line is already as solidified as it is, with Joe Alt already making such big progresses, and he's also proven to himself why he was one of the best offensive linemen in the draft, this past draft for the Chargers. But now they need some offensive firepower. As Charger fans, we know exactly with all the successes that's happening, at least right now, but it's not attaining to the bigger successes that could happen maybe come next year, where they have plenty of money to spend next offseason, and they've also got more draft capital, and they could possibly end up getting more come the offseason and go for an even bigger haul, because these are what Jim Harbaugh's teams are known for. They don't look as pretty the first year, and usually they will get as far as they could possibly get. But then it's the second year around where the jump now becomes even bigger than what exactly the season was a season ago. So this is where the Chargers, they really need to go after and aggressively at Tee Higgins to get some much-needed firepower, help Justin Herbert to get at least some sort of offensive weapon that we know is reliable, that we know is also another big physical body as well that can help with any and everything that Jim Harbaugh has in stored and planned out for this kind of offense to go on a serious tear for next year's season. That's going to do it here for me on Charger Syndicate. Like, subscribe, hit the bell button, like this video as well, comment and share with me your thoughts, how you think about it with this Tee Higgins situation. Jake Silva signing off here on Charger Syndicate. Enjoy the rest of the day, and we'll see you guys on the next video here on Charger Syndicate. Take care, guys.